Welcome to the naming tutorial here at DirectAds. Basically, this is where you configure how your campaigns will be named. So whether you upload creatives individually per campaign, or if you upload several creatives in a single campaign, here you can customize how you want your campaign names to appear. So let's go. For example, I will put DirectAds here at the beginning. Here I placed the key here it will remain fixed actually. This is not any type of variable. To declare a variable, you must place the two curly brackets here, or you can click on the value you want, right? On the variable you want. So for example, I want it to be, let's do a better example. You can open your ads power or your ad manager. Open your ad manager and copy the name of one of your campaigns that you already use in your day-to-day. So, okay, I'll copy it. I'll paste it here, and here I'll hit enter twice. In other words, what do I want to do? I want to model this here, but for my variables. So what will I do? I know this is the name of my creative, so I will put it here. Creative, it will automatically start pulling the creative name here. Second, let's go here. This is my, what we call budget here. So it's catalog and ABO. I can simply open a bracket here. The bracket will stay fixed. Put budget here and close it. In here, if I upload a catalog, it will automatically replace it with catalog ABO. If I upload a normal campaign, it will just put ABO or CBO. All right, the next parameter here is the structure. So I can open a bracket. I will put structure here, click on it, structure. So, okay, they are already one after the other. And finally, I could still put here, for example, the account name, the ad account name. It will pull it automatically. Or if you use the ad account nickname, which you can configure here in ad accounts. Yeah, we know that many ad accounts have names that are a bit long or strange, right? So here in ad accounts, you can set up nicknames for all your accounts. And here you can pull that exact nickname using this field right here, account nickname. Got it? I'll put the account name here. And finally, I have the date, which in this case is year, month, and day. Then I could come here, alright, and put I missed the brackets here for the account. You don't need to add these brackets, okay? It's just so it shows up with brackets. And here, now I could put the year, month, and day. So I open a little bracket. You don't need to add brackets, but you could put it here. Look, year with 2 digits, underscore month, underscore day, right here. There, then I close the bracket. I also added the time here just to have another parameter to track. And here you can go even further. You can create variables, for example, like, I don't know, I'll create one here for offer. Create here, look, offer. Now I have a new parameter called offer. I could put it here, for example, right at the beginning. Look, I open a little bracket, put offer, close it. And here I could already delete this beginning. Okay, that was just for it to be a template. All right, this offer could be, I don't know, a weight loss offer, for example. I'll put WL here. And here we already have a preview of how our naming conventions will look. See. In this case, it is automatically inserting the names of the two creatives I selected because of this variable here. But here, since it doesn't know yet if your campaign is ABO or CBO, it keeps showing both names here, right? If it's ABO with both creatives in the same campaign, it will look like this. However, since here, I'll put here, look, let me save this template. Look, I'll name it tutorial. It's important to save it so you don't lose this. And here, you will click on use template. Here, if you use CBO, if you use the creatives in the same campaign, let's go look. Moving on, here you choose if the creatives will stay in the same campaign or if you want, wait, actually here, each creative will have its own campaign. In other words, here I am uploading two creatives. I will have two campaigns, each with its own creative. If I want to upload, in this case, the same creatives within one campaign, each with its own ad set, I would select this option, okay? And if I want to upload these two creatives within the same ad set, I would select this option. Then I would have one campaign, 1, 2. Although it says 1 here, this is actually not the structure. It is a multiplication factor. So here, if I set it to 2, it will double each one. I will have 1, 1, 4, where each creative is still duplicated there. So I will leave it at 1, 1. But in practice, what people are uploading is usually, as of February 2026, people are uploading more at the campaign level. So each creative will have its own campaign. And besides that, I put 50 here. That is 50 ad sets in each campaign. And then I have this pattern. If you put it here, each creative will have its own campaign. And then here in the naming, it will be just right, even though it still shows it like this here, okay? So in this case, this one would disappear. each creative would have this name, the next campaign would have this name, right? So here you can add these variables for weight loss and so on. You can create as many variables as you want. You can create a traffic manager variable and use it here. Look, you come here and fill it in. It's Rui. Let's say it's Rui. Then it will already be in the naming convention here. Look, you could also add it here, put a bracket here, see? And there you go. It's already in the naming convention in the preview. See, right? So that's how you use the naming conventions, and it will respect the creatives there. If it's just one creative per campaign, it won't list both names, okay? Don't worry about that, all right? So, that is our little tutorial on how to use the campaign naming conventions. We are together.